Welcome to the Nightingale House Sunshine Meadow service. My name's Gary Windon and I'm the chaplain at Nightingale House. We've been working with the National Trust for the last few years to explore how we can use special places in their care to support our patients and their families, from bespoke visits to accessing quiet spaces for reflection. Life has been very different in these past few months for each and every one of us as we adjust to the way we live our daily lives and interact with each other. Here at the hospice, we have had to adapt the way in which we care for our patients and their families to ensure the safety of those in our care as well as our colleagues and volunteers. Nevertheless, we endeavour to keep the outstanding care remaining the same, and we're continuing to serve our local community when they need us the most. These are extraordinary times indeed, and it's during times like these that people's strength leaves us humbled.
COVID-19 has meant that we've had to adapt all our services here at the hospice. Our daycare team have been keen to continue to support people in the community by offering video support, telephone calls and regular contact so that the people that we would usually see within our day unit don't feel isolated and alone at home. We've also been able to use video technology to support our outpatients from our heart failure clinic and our medical and advanced nursing practitioner outpatient clinics. We've continued to support patients through physiotherapy, but actually doing that remotely, seeing our physiotherapists demonstrate their exercises over video calls has been quite entertaining for many families, I'm sure. And our occupational therapist has continued to support people with planning for home and making sure that discharges from the inpatient unit can be safe. Inpatients has continued probably with the least impact in terms of patients coming into the hospice, but it's been a very different experience for our families and for the patients. Our staff, as many of you will know, are very tactile. We're used to hugging people, we're used to holding hands and being alongside people. And the current restrictions mean that that's not been possible, which is incredibly difficult for all of our staff. But we continue to offer everything we can to those patients and families in the time of current restrictions. And we're glad to be able to celebrate the Poppy appeal. There are still a small number of poppies available. If anybody would be interested, please get in touch with us here at the hospice.
The world is starting to come alive again and our flowers are blooming. Welsh poppies in the natural habitat will leave their seeds on the soil to blow in the wind, to land and grow somewhere else. Hopefully these nightingale poppies planted at Erddig will all disperse to other gardens as well. This short service will give us all a chance to pause and reflect on the lives of those who are no longer with us, as well as celebrating those who we continue to hold dear in our lives. Remembering summers gone by when we've sat together and turned our faces to the sun and let the warmth of the summertime light our lives. By joining us today, we hope that you will be able to find warmth from those treasured memories again. Last year, we planted 1,000 sunflowers in the grounds of the National Trust Church Castle and were blown away by everyone's response and support. This year, we've replaced our sunflowers with 1,200 Welsh Poppies, and the National Trust at Erddig offered to display them in its walled garden. Erddig is a beautiful, stately home within our community. I think you will agree, it's a glorious backdrop for our display. Erddig's walled garden is one of the most important surviving 18th century formal gardens in Britain. And today, we remember those whom we love. We give thanks for the gift of their lives, for their love which has shaped our lives, and for all the memories that we have that will remain with us always. And today we also give thanks for the hospice and for every person associated with it and for its vital work in our community. Memories made, or still to be made, make life so special for each of us. And the simple act of celebrating is something to be treasured. Today, of course, puts us in minds of flowers, both for the happiness they bring and the beauty of creation that they represent, which is reflected in these poems.
A life well lived is a precious gift of hope and strength and grace from someone who has made our world a brighter, better place. It's filled with moments sweet and sad, with smiles and sometimes tears, with friendships formed and good times shared, and laughter through the years. A life well lived is a legacy of joy and pride and pleasure, a living, lasting memory our grateful hearts will treasure.
As we remember our loved ones here, those who have died, those who are no longer with us, we give thanks for all that they were in our lives, for all that they still are, for all the memories of joy and happiness, for all that we shared together. We'll just pause for a prayer at this point. O God of many names, lover of all people, we pray for peace. Peace in our hearts, in our homes, in our nations, in our world. The peace of your will, the peace of our need. God of all peace, we praise you for all those we love who have entered into their rest and reached the promised land where they now rest. Give us grace to follow in their footsteps as they journeyed towards that rest. We thank you for the memory of those who have been called home. We give thanks for each memory and ask you to turn our hearts from things seen to things unseen, and to lead us until we come to that eternal rest with them. Amen. So we dedicate all the poppies set in this field Erddig as symbols of our love, as symbols of our thanks, as symbols that represent the expression of all they were to us and us to them.
Time passed and I forgot the envelope labelled in your precise hand. Welsh poppy seeds from my garden for yours. Forgot the fine dust filtering through my fingers, settling on stubborn soil. 3 years on, the ache of your death has dulled a little. I have learned to speak of you without weeping. Now you are back, you and your poppies. Pendulous buds expanding, shaking out their creases, opening bright as suns, spilling yellow petals, seeds and memories.
Thank you all for joining us for this service and for the time that you may be able to take to come up to Erddig and see these poppies in their proper setting. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all those who continue to support the work of the hospice, especially at such a time as this, so difficult in so many people's lives. As we go on our way, may our lives be touched and strengthened by the love that we have shared, by the love that has been given, and the love that we gave. May we be blessed in our journey, this day and every day.